All right. We're gonna call our meeting on. Of course, we have a forum here, and I'm gonna ask you to do the invitation. So do our pledge, please.
Heavenly Father, again, we thank you for the day and all the blessings we have today, Lord. We just thank you so much for watching over us. I do want to pray for all of our employees, Lord, here at the city, volunteer, firemen. We just ask a special blessing on them to watch over them, you know, every time they come to work, every step they take, and every mile they drive. Help us as a council to have the wisdom we need to make the right decisions for the city. That's my prayer in Jesus' name. Amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Honor the Texas flag. Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to these Texas, one state, under God, one and indivisible. Thank you. All right, so we move on to our consent agenda. Discussion and possible action on approval of the minutes of the November 13th, 2023 and November the 16th, 2023 council meeting.
Make a motion that we accept the meeting as presented. Second.
We have a motion and a second. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, I'll call for a vote. All in favor, say aye. Aye. All opposed, no. Motion carries. All right, we're going to our public comments time. At this time, comments will be taken from the audience on any subject matter, whether or not that item is on the agenda. All comments are limited to a maximum of 3 minutes for each speaker. If more than one person wishes to address the same subject, a spokesperson must be selected who will be recognized to represent the group. Your comments are appreciated. The Texas Open Meetings Act does not allow the council to discuss items not listed on the agenda. However, if possible, your questions may be answered with statement of policy, statement of facts, or it may be placed on a future agenda for attention by council. You also may be directed to the appropriate department head to address your questions or problems. Is there anyone who would like to address council? Speak. All right, we're moving on. Time for reports and comments from the city staff.
Mayor, the construction projects that we currently have underway, the drainage improvement project, of course, it's basically on the buoy section of the city. Chester Street was where they were working today, from Erie all the way to Albany, and they are on schedule. Everything's going as planned. The City Hall generator, as usual, we're still waiting on the generator to be delivered. Acquisition grant is near completion. Only thing that's remaining is the demo. And the wastewater treatment plant, we received 2 bids. Both were quite a bit over what the grant amount was for. We're still looking into that to see if there's an avenue for forward movement. The building official issued 24 permits this past month with 38 permits closed. Sanitation, we took 3 loads of green waste last month to the paper mill. We were shut down. They're closing that portion of the collection, so we're negotiating or finished negotiating with prices for that disposal. We took 0 tons to the landfill, and the grapple trucks are now in service, going on 2 weeks for onboard computer failure. Animal control received 57 calls, 15 intakes, 3 claims, 7 adopted. No court filings for the month. The street department, they've been working on Christmas lights on MacArthur and in the park, and patching. No ditch work at this time. Parks department, litter pickup and cutting grass in the shop. 2 full services performed. Normal repair of city assets, and a 30 for 30 on emergency vehicles.
Thank you. Police department, we have 58 traffic contacts, 6 crashes were reported, 36 arrests, 50 calls for service, 360 calls for service
reports. 10,198 miles driven for the department. Code enforcement violated 76 investigations and 38 violations were followed.
Thanks, Brian. Reese?
You'll see at your spot, I gave each person a report on the interest that we've received from tax pools since we moved over in July. So for the 4.5 months that we've been there, we've earned over $100,000 already. Looks like it's gonna be very beneficial.
Fire department?
For the month of, November, we responded to 1 structure fire, 3 grass fires, 1 trash fire, 1 gas leak, 1 smoke investigation. We had 6 medical assists, 1 service call, we provided mutual aid 1 time. We were counseled en route 6, we had 1 good intent, for a total of 21. Other than that, everything's good for us.
Anybody else on council have anything?
I have a question for John. Of the building permits, were there any new construction permits?
Just building permits that are issued. That's a blanket permit that he issues.
Okay.
And I would just like, to thank, Chief Stelly for, the recommendation that we move our assets to the tax pool, and it's obviously working quite well, so thank you for that. And of course, to the council for approving it, but for bringing that to our attention.
Which we've done a long time ago.
Yeah. Never too late.
Never too late. All right. Anybody else? All right, we'll move on into our regular session. Discussion and possible action on a request from William Douglas Denman pertaining to property located at 2210 Rapids. Mr. Denman, would you like to?
Yeah, so I have a piece of property on 2210 and it's overgrown pretty good, but I have someone that's interested in buying it. Last year I had someone that was interested in buying it and the deal fell through because I found out that there was a lien on the property. And, basically I wanted to see about maybe, getting the interest waived on the lien because it originated in 2007, so it's quite a bit more than what the property was at this point.
All right. Anyone on council have a recommendation? Well, I will. I recommend that we, remove the lien, the cost of the lien from that property, and, the property was demolished on a grant repaid to the city, so the city's not actually out any money there. There will be a $500, charge for that, and we require that you get the back taxes paid.
Okay.
Taxes are due, last year's taxes,
Prior years, it doesn't say what year, just total prior years.
Okay, I think maybe just, okay.
Exactly.
Now?
You make that in the form of a motion?
No, I have not made that a motion. I am making a recommendation to the council, and,
Well, I make a motion that we approve to, forgive the $2,700,
no, to forgive the interest on,
or the interest on. Well, I mean, is the back taxes be paid, which comes to $334.31. And the $500 should be paid back. Or the bid, prepared bid for demolition and overseas. I'll second the motion.
all right, we have a motion and a second. Are there any other comments? Any more discussion?
Yeah, can we go through that again so I can write down the numbers?
So you're waiving the interest and the $2,700, is that what you're asking?
The 2,700 already paid.
Correct, it was paid by grant. It was paid by grant. So we're forgiving the interest.
But, okay, so that was a start grant, so if we recovered it, it went back for a future demolition.
And it was added into the lien,
Correct. It is in the lien.
so it would need to be forgiven.
So we would have to waive the $2,700 and the interest that's
That's
accrued.
where I was at, okay, the 27.
This will be up
$14,000?
1,400,
So it's
14,000, somewhere around.
14,000?
Yeah, it's, the interest is $14,703.91.
So we would need to recoup the $2,700 as well?
No, you can waive it. I'm just saying that I didn't understand. She said, somebody said we already paid it.
Yeah,
Which
that's
we
fine.
did already pay it, but we filed a lien against it.
Correct,
So we'll have to waive that lien and the interest accrued.
correct.
So you're wanting to waive all of the interest accrued and just recover the 500.
Yes, that's what we've done already. We've kind of set a precedent for that. So,
I'm still saying the back
So-
taxes need to be paid.
Oh, they will. That has nothing to do with the lien.
Yeah.
that's between him and
The tax collector.
tax collector.
Unless you're saying you want, this really is to be contingent upon that.
Correct, that's what I'm saying.
It's kind of not contingent
Upon.
upon paying the back taxes.
Current interest. Not current, because those aren't due till
That's
January
right.
31st.
Yeah, maybe with all the discussion, you might need to amend your motion.
I could use myself.
I mean,
Yes, why don't you give them a?
Okay, so I make a motion that we approve to forgive the lien against the property. That includes the 2,700 and the interest involved, right, the number.
I think if you just say the interest is accrued, that should be.
Okay. With the back taxes we paid in the amount of $334.34, and brought to the city hall, the $500.
We're having a discussion, you need to make a motion, we're having a discussion, we need to make a motion.
Okay.
I have a question. Okay, I'm trying to
Okay,
follow all this.
okay, the $500 is added into the $3,600, correct?
That's what the city was actually out.
Right. The 2,700 was paid by a grant, which was the cost of the demo. Correct? Okay. So what I'm saying is, the $250, we pay back to the city,
Contingent upon the tax.
contingent upon that tax.
How's that sound?
Can I read it back?
Yes.
Okay. To forgive a lien, which includes $2,700 and accrued interest, contingent upon proof of payment of back taxes and $500 reimbursement to the city.
Correct.
I'll second the motion.
So we have a motion and a second. Are there any other questions or discussion? Hearing none, I'll call for a vote. All in favor, say aye. Aye. All opposed, no. Motion carries. Mr. Denman, you fulfill that paying the 500 and the back taxes and the property yours to sell.
I will say, I'll take care of the taxes and then, at the courthouse and then to the city hall for the 500.
Yeah. Okay. And bring a receipt for your tax service. So we'll have this thing. Okay. Thank you.
Thanks.
I need to get back to work.
All right. All right, moving on to item number 2. Discussion and possible action on acceptance and approval of the 2023 delinquent tax roll as submitted by Orange County Tax Collector Karen Fisher.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Is there any discussion? none, I'll call for a vote. All in favor, say aye. All opposed, no. Motion carried. All right, so item number 3, discussion of possible action on acceptance and approval of the 2023 current tax roll as submitted by Orange County Tax Assessor Collector Aaron Fisher.
I move that we accept and approve the 2023 current tax roll as submitted by Orange County Tax Collector Aaron Fisher.
We have a motion and a second to accept the 2023 current tax roll as submitted by the Orange County Tax Assessor Collector Aaron Fisher. Is there any discussion?
For those of you in the audience, the, Chief Appraiser, Orange County Appraisal District says the value is $214,182,542. What we're talking about. I've been on that side before, and they make these motions, and you hear everything, but you don't really know what they're talking about, 'cause anyway, that's what it is.
Thank you, Jay. Thank you.
So did we get a motion?
And a second.
And a second, for E3. All right. So we have a motion and a second, for approval of the 2023 current tax roll as submitted by the Orange County Tax Assessor Collector Aaron Fisher. Is there any more discussion? Hearing none, I'll call for vote. All in favor, say aye. Aye. All opposed, no. Motion carried. Moving on to item number 4. Discussion of possible action on accepting the proposal for the demolition of structures at 2108 Travis Street under grant 20-066-029-C223.
I move we accept the proposal for demolition of structures at 2018 Travis Street under grant 20-066-029-C223.
That's an incorrect address.
2108 Travis.
You might want to add to that for too, because that's an yes, yeah, this was an emotion you're wanting to do.
Do what?
To have whoever you're gonna award it to, I'd have that in motion.
All right, yeah,
These are landscaping.
You hear that, Jay?
Do I need to reread it?
Well, I think this is just a minute to add who actually you're awarding it to.
These are landscaping LLC.
Okay, to allow Caesar Landscaping LLC to do the demolition at a cost of $6,000.
All right, we have a motion. Somebody second? Do we have a second?
I'll second the motion.
We have a second. Is there any more discussion?
Yes, sir.
Right.
We gotta get somebody in Louisiana to do it, there's somebody in Texas that we can use.
That was the only bid that we had come in, wasn't it?
We went out to bid twice. First time we received no bids. We solicited 7 bidders for the second bid, and we only received 1. And he has done work for us before in the city, demoing houses under our demo plans.
Thank you.
And John, just to be clear, this falls under the acquisitions grant.
That is correct.
Okay.
And it'll be closing soon, so Teresa can get it all.
You're welcome.
That one has been around a while now, so we're glad to be able to close it out. All right, we have a motion and a second. Is there any more discussion? All in favor, say aye. Aye. All opposed, no. Motion carried. Moving on to item number 5. This is a discussion of possible action on approval of a resolution reaffirming civil rights policies for the city's community development block grant disaster recovery and mitigation programs.
I'm making a motion that we approve the resolution reaffirming civil rights policies for the city's community development block grant disaster recovery and mitigation program.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to reaffirm civil rights policies for the city's community development block grant disaster recovery and mitigation program. Is there any more discussion? Any discussion? Hearing none, I'll call for a vote. All in favor, say aye. Aye. All opposed, no. Motion carries. Item number 6. Discussion of possible action on approval of a resolution authorizing signatories for the city's CDBG-DR contract number 24-067-05-E233 and number 24-067-015-E202.
I'll make a motion that we approve a resolution authorizing signatories for the city's CDBG-DR contract 24067-045-E233 and 24067-015-E202. Do I need to include that it would be the mayor that would be signatory on that?
I think it's in the resolution.
Yeah.
Right, it is, I just want to make sure, but I didn't need to say it also. Okay. That's my motion.
Yes, Jay, you second?
Yes, sir.
Jay has seconded that motion. Just for the sake of time, I'm not gonna read all those numbers again. This is for resolution authorizing signatories for the city's contracts that we have. All right, is there any more discussion? All right, hearing none, I'll call for a vote. All in favor, say aye. Aye. All opposed, no. Motion carries. All right. Item number 7, discussion and possible action to approve the appointment of 7 directors to the Board of Directors of the West Orange Economic Development Corporation. We have a motion.
I'll make a motion that we approve the appointment of 7 directors to the Board of Directors of the West Orange Economic Development Corporation.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to approve the appointment of 7 directors to the Board of Directors of the West Orange Economic Development Corporation. Is there any more discussion? Yes, you would probably all like to know who that is gonna be.
Well, we had to make a motion before we did it.
So, what I've done is I have, decided through lots of discussion about what an economic development corporation is supposed to do and how we're supposed to implement it. And, our 7 directors would be for this, at least for this, first year, to where we get everything started and moving forward where it needs to go. I would like for the council has to approve this. I'd like the council to appoint me, Marita Kennedy, Mike Shelley, John Sherwin, Charlotte Alford, Wayne Wiggins, and Mike Dixon. Is there any discussion? Anything else we need to do, Chris?
The only thing I was gonna, well, and I guess it's however y'all wanna do it, this is for next agenda item, but, for the draft certificate of formation, the terms for, 1, 3, and 5, that would be, September of 25, and not next year. The first year would actually, at least 3 of them would be for more than 2 years.
Yeah. There'll be,
Actually,
half the board would, I guess it could be half, because there's 7, but every year there'll be, either the board will be re-upped, or there'll be new appointees.
and the way it's done,
It alternates out each year.
the staggered, right? The 1, 3, 5, and 7 would be in 25, and then 2, 4, and 6 would be in 26.
That May,
September, we did it on a budget year,
okay.
or the council can do what you want, but at least it keeps everything.
Is there any other discussion? We have a motion.
Make a
made a motion.
Oh, you did, okay, right, we didn't make the motion then.
Maybe a
Second.
amend it to those names, maybe amend the motion to include those specific names.
Okay. All right.
Well, if you want to give me the list of names.
You can remember?
I didn't write it all down.
You don't remember?
All right.
It may change by then.
Might change my mind. I'll make a motion that we approve the appointment of 7 directors to the Board of Directors of the West Orange Economic Development Corporation to include Mayor Randy Branch, Mayor Pro Tem Marita Kennedy, Chief Mike Stelly, John Sherwin, Wayne Wiggins, Charlotte Alford, and Mike Dixon.
Only clarifying question I have too, is there any preference on whose term expires?
Yeah, that,
It was just, it was
In that order, just do one first up?
Yeah.
Okay, that works for me.
and like I say, the council appoints those people and can appoint those people at any time. Whatever the council wishes is what will happen, so. So all these people on this economic development, will be nice.
Yeah, under state law and the bylaws, if those are passed, it's
okay.
at the council's discretion.
That is Wayne Williams for all of you who do that.
Yes, ma'am, that's a good answer.
I'm waiting about 40 years.
I second the amendment. Keep it legal.
All right, we had a motion and a second, we now have an amended motion and a second. Is there any more discussion? All right, if not, I'll call for vote. All in favor of the motion? Say aye. Aye. All opposed, no. Motion carries. All right, item number 8, discussion of possible action on a resolution adopting the certificate of formation articles of incorporation of the West Orange Economic Development Corporation.
I move that we approve a resolution adopting the certificate of formation, articles of incorporation of the West Orange Economic Development Corporation.
We have a motion and a second to approve adopting the certificate of formation articles of incorporation of West Orange Economic Development Corporation. Is there any more discussion? Council has that certificate. In front of them. Any questions? No discussion? No questions? All right, here we go. I'm gonna go ahead and call for a vote. The motion is, all in favor, say aye. Aye. All opposed, no. Motion carries.
Mayor, now that that's, approved, I'll include the directors that y'all listed, and I'll follow that with Secretary of State.
All right, item number 9, discussion and possible action on a resolution adopting the bylaws of the West Orange Economic Development Corporation.
I move that we approve a resolution adopting the bylaws of the West Orange Economic Development Corporation.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to adopt the bylaws of the West Orange Economic Development Corporation. Is there any more discussion?
Yes. I just have one for clarification. I know that state precedes our ordinances or anything, but in Article 3, under directors of the bylaws, it states each director shall be a resident of the city. So should we change that? Because there's some on the board that are not resident.
Right.
Yeah.
So, take off the city.
Yeah, I mean, you can be more restrictive than state law on that if you wanted to say they had to be, but just to qualify under the statute, it broadens it. But if you want to have the bylaws reflect what the government code says, we use them in that section.
So should the motion be amended to include the change?
Right, to include, yeah, and include that change. So we can just revise that section to mirror state law.
Okay, we need to, amend my, motion to broaden the area. Is that what we're doing?
No, just to include, to mirror state law.
Yeah, to mirror state law. There we go. Thank you.
Under section 3.01 of the bylaw.
All right, so we have an amended motion. Do we have a second to the amendment? We have a, second?
I
Do we-
second. Okay.
Oh, you did?
I second it.
Okay. All right. So, is there any more discussion? Would you mind reading the motion back to us, please?
The motion was to approve the resolution adopting the bylaws of the West Orange Economic Development Corporation. And then it was amended to include, that section 3.01, be amended to mirror state law.
All right. Is there any other discussion? All right, hearing none, I'll call for a vote on, the motion. All in favor, say aye. Aye. All opposed, no. Motion carries. All right, that concludes all the items on our agenda. Except for announcements. Non-emergency city departments closed for the following upcoming holidays, Monday and Tuesday, December the 25th and 26th, 2023, in observance of Christmas Eve and Christmas Day. Probably the most important part of that is trash will be picked up on Saturday that week. And then Monday and Tuesday, January 1st and 2nd, 2024, in observance of New Year's Eve and New Year's Day, trash will be picked up on Saturday that week. Our next council meeting is Monday, January the 8th, 2024, at 5 p.m. Meeting adjourned.